everything. So all the chemicals, why Delhi is most polluted, what is the reason, everything we are going to see. Natural and energy resources, solar, wind, soil, hydro, geothermal, biomass, nuclear, and forest. So we can expect questions from these things. And what power, hydropower, so many questions. You may, those people who have attended many times or once or thrice or once or twice, you may be know strategies. Very important. We always can't talk about problems alone, right? So we are supposed as citizens, we have to know individually the mitigation strategies where we start from each of our home, right? So natural, by learning from home, you can easily attend all these things. இது பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இது நம்ம செய்யணும், இது வந்து இப்படி பண்ணாங்க, இது இப்படி டீல் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னு நம்ம அதை யோசிச்சோமாவே நமக்கு அது ஆன்சர் நமக்கு கிடைச்சிடும். So always how to avoid the natural hazards and disasters, and what are all the mitigation strategies we are going to see. And most important, the Environment Protection Act 1986, all the protocols, right? The Montreal Protocol, what it tells, the Rio Summit, the Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, International Solar Alliance. And the higher education system comes as last. So we people as professors or teachers or whomsoever concerned, so we know what now the system is, right? So very, very complicated, very, very difficult to handle. Even though we may be well versed in our subject knowledge, we get all work apart from our subject, right? So what is the system they are going to follow, how we are going to tackle all the students, institutions, how the education came into existence, evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India. So how the skill-based education is going to help. So we may undergo a lot of training programs now. So we don't have time to take our subjects, right? So there are a lot of skill administration. So here you can see some tips, right? So just a few tips I have given so that you may have some confidence, okay, while you attend the class or while you think what for this demo class, okay? So it helps in identifying your strength and weakness, and it helps you to make a study plan. It makes use of variety of resources, okay? So there will be mock tests, there will be quizzes, previous year papers, study materials, comprehensive understanding, okay? The overall comprehensive understanding you will be having. You will analyze your performance. That's very, very important. Nobody is going to analyze us, right? Or nobody else can do it. You cannot compare with others, okay? So you take care of yourself. That will lead to success, right? According to me. So it helps in analyzing your performance through mock test, etc., and how to increase your score. And take breaks, okay? So we'll get burnout, obviously, right? So it's difficult. So the break, the relaxed section will be there for you people to recharge, and regarding the time management, speed, accuracy. So speed illati அப்படின்னா நமக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டம், right? And that too during the online, right? Through online mode, the time is very, very important. Time management. So I have given that point very without missing. So accuracy is important. Speed பண்ணணும், கரெக்டான ஆன்சரையும் சூஸ் பண்ணணும், கரெக்டாகவும் யோசிக்கணும், okay? So everything is there. And where we seek feedback, right, from experts or mentors, and who help us in giving improvements, okay? So see, these are some tips I would like to tell. So here you can see on the screen some sample questions, though it may be very familiar for you, those who have attended. So I would like to show for the newcomers or new students have registered. So for them, I would like to show some sample questions quickly. So here, then one question from sampling, and the next question is from mathematical reasoning. The next one is from ICT, okay, higher education. So what is Swayam? Digital program to achieve the principles of education. So you have to identify the answer. Effective educational communication is continuous. So this belongs to education area, and which this comes under the computer ICT. Which of the following is not considered as a form of secondary storage? And some abbreviations I have given. NME, ICT, all comes in ICT. The scheme Unnat Bharat Abhinyan aims to, and this comes under the government schemes, okay, for education. So all the schemes updated, we will see everything, and choose the set of non-renewable resources, whereby we get this question from the people and environment, right? As I said, the polluted, which of the following diseases are due to polluted water? So which of the following is non-vehicular pollutant? All these things, people and environment. For this purpose only I am telling, apart from exams, right? So this is what the data interpretation, whereby we get some 1 to 8 marks. So how you are going to find out the answer is the big question here. So how to handle it quickly, right? So this is how the question goes on. So once again, I'll show you. So these are some parts of paper 1 questions. And so the newcomers, or to have a knowledge, paper 1 common for all subjects consists of 50 questions, 100 marks, 1 hour, MCQ, no negative markings in UGC, SET or NET. Okay, so NET is national level, SET is state level. Both you can attend by attending our classes. So because of same syllabus, right? So only difference is here it will be in Hindi and English bilingually, and there we'll have in Tamil and English, right? And paper 2, subject specific, right? If you are commerce, computer science, computers, but here in our group, we are going to see only commerce, paper 2. So it consists of 100 questions carrying 2 marks each, 2 hours, MCQ, and no negative marking both the papers. So this is what regarding paper 1. So I would like to change my PPT. Just a minute. So whereby we have we can share knowledge regarding paper 2, right? Is it visible, sir? Sir, is it visible, sir?
Ma'am, yes, it is visible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. So I have come to the next portion. So in previous PPT, you would have gained knowledge. Hope you have gained what is paper 1, what are all the 10 units, how to face it, some tips and tricks. So what are all the things asked? Okay, what are all the questions may be asking? So you can have an idea. So paper 2, I have given great works are performed not by strength but by perseverance, vidamuyarchi. Okay, so perseverance denotes that strength is different from perseverance. So when truly, I don't know the person who said, okay, so I don't know about that person, but I like this wording and like to share with you. So depending on this, we'll by starting with these very powerful words, we will go into the next one. So I would share to give some career opportunities. Okay, so new people have joined in this demo class. for them. So what do you mean by NET? So NET exam opens up opportunities for candidates to pursue a career as assistant professors or lecturers. So very common knowledge only, but just a few words, okay? It will be good, I think so. So across India, additionally, those who qualify for JRF are eligible to pursue research in their chosen field. Okay, so here, so again, the advantages I have given, the career opportunities, so you can get posted. Nowadays, it has become a big question mark for a job, and particularly for a lecturer or becoming a professor. It proves to be a big headache, right? So wherever we go, they ask either for net or set or doctorate. So doctorate is not an easy one. It takes some time, right? So better to crack out these type of competitive examinations. So financial assistance is given when you crack JRF. Scholarship opportunities are there. You may apply, for example, the Tata group of companies are all giving much scholarship. Higher education, so you can get through the doctoral programs. Recognition, you may get a recognition in your chosen subject. It is what to tell. Namakku adu oru periya credit, right? So when you get through it, we feel confident in all our subjects. Employability, so you can strengthen your credibility as an academic and enhance your employability. I'm not going to touch these things. So only thing the matter differs, right? So just in 5 minutes to go off. In teaching, there I told, right? So teaching la important. See the whichever is marked in red, okay? The learner's characteristics, factors affecting teaching. These are all very, very important, whereby we get questions repeatedly. Okay, for past 10 years, we get questions from these teacher-centered versus learner-centered methods. So in this PPT, those version, இது கொஞ்சம் வந்து advanced version வச்சுக்கலாம். மொத PPT ஓட இது கொஞ்சம் நமக்கு டீடைலா சொல்லியிருக்கும். ஆஃப்லைன், ஆன்லைன் மெத்தட்ஸ். So MOOCs na enna, okay, massive online open course. What do you mean by that? Like that I have given. So research aptitude again, methods, experimental, descriptive, historical, qualitative and quantitative steps. இதெல்லாம் ஆல்ரெடி அங்க சொல்லியிருக்கேன். Comprehension இங்க ஷார்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஓகே, அங்க உங்களுக்கு டிப்ஸ் கொடுத்தேன். Comprehension, what do you mean by that? How you have to deal and how you can improve by reading the journals or question papers and so on. So here I have given what is comprehension, okay? So the communication, classroom again, verbal, non-verbal, barriers, etc. So mathematical, logical, and Indian logic, I have told you the new things which we are going to see in detail. Data interpretation, ICT, people and environment. So I'm not going to repeat it. We'll get into the paper 2, our commerce, okay? Very, very important one. So we mostly deal with all the papers. So with the help of our knowledge, we'll get into this. So the first thing unit 1 denotes business, environment and international business. So concepts and elements of business environment. So economic environment, we are going to get questions from monetary and fiscal policies. What do you mean by PEMA? What are the socio-cultural factors? Okay, CSR, very, very important one. The scope and importance of international business, and very frequently the theories of international trade, right? So the tariff and non-tariff theories of international trade is very commonly asked, okay? So, and FDI, recent development in FDI, and what to tell, the home and host countries, MNC comes here. What is the trend in FDI, BOP, balance of payments, importance, and REI, regional economic integration and regional trade agreements, European Union. What do you mean by SAARC, NAFTA, everything that comes here, okay? WTO, and a very, very important sector or portion in paper 2. Okay, and a very interesting part too, right? So world என்ன இருக்கு, எப்படி இருக்கு, போயிட்டு இருக்கு. IMF, what it gives to India, and who are all the persons, who's current CEO, everything comes. Very much needed topic. Okay, so these are all the things are covered in first one, unit one, and where we have to get updated, right? It will be quite interesting. And accounting and auditing. Previously, we don't have or we didn't have auditing before some 10 years or 5 years, and auditing they have added for past 3 years. So as we all know, what are the basic accounting principles? Partnership accounts. So you're going to deal with admission, retirement, death, dissolution, and insolvency. Corporate accounting. So as if some professors are there, lectures, teacher, whomsoever, so students, even students, you would have read this, right? We would have taught, or students might have read this, but what the matter is, you have to understand the concept, right? With the help of proper notes, focused notes. Okay, so though we have taught some, if some question arises, immediately we have some doubt. Okay, so that doubt shouldn't be there, whereby you can pick the correct answer. Merger, amalgamation na enna, reconstruction of companies, holding company, and as usual, cost and management accounting. Just like that, I have given the topic alone, right? So net is something deep. We are supposed to have deep knowledge, understand the concept, right? So ABC costing na நம்ம யார் வேணா சொல்லிடலாம், ஆக்டிவிட்டி பேஸ்ட் காஸ்டிங் அப்படின்னு. ஆனா அதுக்குள்ள ஏன் என்ன பண்றாங்க, என்ன இருக்கு, 4 ஆப்ஷன் கொடுத்து 4ல எது கரெக்ட் அப்படின்னு கேட்டா நமக்கு சொல்ல தெரியணும். So those people nowadays are quite very tricky, or very thinking utmost to the IAS level. They are thinking, the question paper setters. So they give para. The options itself is proved to be a question. Okay, unless you know ABC costing, meaning, definition, for what purpose, and for what not purpose. Okay, everything you have, unless you have the knowledge, you can't pick out the answer, right? So life cycle costing, target costing, Kaizen costing, JIT, okay, just in time approach, everything comes there. And next comes the analysis, ratio analysis, fund flow, cash flow. So we'll see in deep. HRA, inflation, so all those things, environmental accounting, Indian accountant standards, and in auditing. So everything is added recently. Till the environmental audit, they have added in the portion. So we are going to see all these things. And unit 3 deals with the business economics, again an interesting subject. So whereby I have some highlighted portions, right? Objectives of business firms, law of demand, law of variable proportions, law of returns to scale. நீங்க இத கவனிச்சு பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், அட்டென்ட் பண்ணவங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா இதுல இருந்து ஏதாவது வந்து கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நீங்க பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. ஓகே, perfect, monopolistic, oligopoly, and what are all the competitions there, how you're going to draw the diagrams, where the curve goes down, where the curve goes up. Okay, so price skimming and various types of pricing we are going to see. And unit 4 deals with business finance. So lease financing na enna, cost of capital, capital structure, capital budgeting decisions. So what about the working capital? Working capital easier solidலாம், what the amount needed for day to day activity of the business அப்படின்னு, but not so, we have to go deep into it. And what about the international monetary system? What are the hedging techniques, international financial markets and instruments? So what do you mean by euro currency, GDRs and ADRs, international arbitrage, multinational capital budgeting? Okay, so GDR and ADRs, international arbitrage, is very, very important, whereby the world is moving on very quickly towards it, right? And unit 5 deals with business statistics and research methods. So we people know the measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, measures of skewness, correlation, regression, probability. Okay, all the theorems I have given, whereby we'll see in detail. Okay, and research methods. Again, what we saw in paper 1 will help you a lot here also. Okay, the same thing comes here. So when you learn for paper 1, it's become very easy when you connect it with statistics. So what is Z test? Okay, so the T test, the ANOVA, maybe one way or two way, and Mann-Whitney U test, Kruskal-Wallis test, H test, etc. So very thing is the thing is we have to know the meaning of each and every terms here, and what we are going to do, how the what to tell, how the results are arrived, which is wrong, which is right, etc. Okay, so that it might be helpful. You can't again and again I'm telling, you can't expect the questions of net question paper in a single line. So இப்படி கொடுத்து ஒரு லைன்ல கொடுத்து ஒரு 4 வேர்டு ஆப்ஷன்ல வந்து ரொம்ப வருஷம் ஆச்சு. Okay, so maybe in paper 1 you can get like that, and paper 2 wherever you see it goes like a booklet where we must know all the terms very clearly, right, in detail when you know, and you have to delete all the options. And unit 6 comes with business management and HRM, where what to tell, it's a little bit easy to score here. Okay, so it is very much focused, or we have a clear knowledge on the terms. இத தாண்டி ஏதோ மேத்ஸ்லோ தியரினா இத தாண்டி வர போறது இல்லப்பா, அது நமக்கு தெரியும். HRM, so performance analysis என்ன, so very clear it is. Okay, I will make you easily very well versed in that thing. So where we are going to see the formal and informal organizations, responsibility and authority, delegation, motivation and leadership, where you get questions, at least one question from leadership styles. Okay, corporate governance and business ethics. So human resource management I have given in detail. What are all the important things, right? Training and development eppadi pandrom, compensation management, and people get confused with the terms. Job analysis, job evaluation. Okay, எல்லாம் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கும். Okay, unless the keyword is understood by you. What do you mean by fringe benefits? 360-degree performance appraisal, the workers' participation in management, personality, okay, attitudes, emotions, group dynamics, etc. Right? So this is, or next comes the organizational culture, and unit 7, very very what to tell, the backbone of our country, banks, right? So overview of Indian financial system. So nowadays so many banks have been closed and so many tie-ups have been made, and this bank has changed to that name and that bank has changed to this name. So we people have to be updated with those things. And what are all the, what to tell, e-commerce, okay, e-banking. So e-banking is very very important. Idhula na kudukalanalum, so type of questions are asked like that. Commercial banks, regional rural banks, foreign banks, their limits, how they function, how much what to tell, how much loan they have approved, the RBI regulations, obviously you can see daily in the newspaper, right, regarding all the rates, repo rates, etc. What is the current CRR, everything you must be knowing the meaning, definition, the rate, etc. Right? Role and monetary policy, banking sector reforms in India, Basel norms, whereby what to tell, Basel norm 1, Basel norm 2. So what are all the things the other banks have to follow is the Basel norms, risk management, and non-performance asset management, which is becoming a big question mark. இதுல தியரிட்டிக்கலா மட்டும் எல்லா டாபிக்குமே, வாட் எவர் டாபிக் வி சி, எதுவுமே நாம வந்து வெறும் தியரிட்டிக்கலா பார்க்காம அதோட இப்போ கரண்ட்ல என்ன வந்து அதை கனெக்ட் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம். இப்போ வந்து என்பிஏ எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா there are so many NPAs now. Okay, so what is the reason behind it? So you have to connect with the practical examples, which will be very very useful for you people to choose the answer. So when you come to money market, again what to tell, it's a big and wide one. So some people will be dealing in the market, share market. So what are all those things? Capital market, government securities, and what about the shares? Okay, the bonds, mutual bonds, and the short-term documents, etc. So the financial institutions, very easy to understand and also to learn very quickly. All the financial institutions we are going to see. And what are all the financial regulators in India? And inclusion, financial inclusion ஒரு டைம்ல அதே தான் நம்ம வந்து பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். செமினார்னா அதே தான் கொடுத்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஃபினான்ஷியல் இன்க்ளூஷன், இன்டர்நேஷனல் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ், செமினார் ஆன் ஃபினான்ஷியல் இன்க்ளூஷன். Okay, so many things we are supposed to learn from it. And then digitalization of banking and other financial services, internet banking, I not tell. So we people have everything in one pocket, right? So in our pocket everything is there, right? The world is there in our pocket through mobile. So what are the latest digital payment systems, the limit, the problems, and the difficulties you face, how you get cheated, and what about the cyber crime? Okay, so how the fake messages are ruling over you, and how it comes, how you react, everything is asked in this paper, okay, in this financial institutions. So what are the security measures you can do? Everything practically, apart from these things, practically we are going to learn. And insurance, types of insurance, life and non-life insurance, risk classification and management, factors limiting the risk, reinsurance, so IRDA and its role. So coming to unit 8, again, like business management and human resource management, it's very very interesting. There இதுல தப்பே வரல மேடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த அளவு வந்து மார்க்கெட்டிங் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் நமக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணும் கண்டிப்பா, ரைட்? ஸோ அப்படியே பார்த்தோன்னா நமக்கு வந்து ஆன்சர் தெரியும் அப்படின்னா அந்த அளவு நமக்கு நாலேஜ் கொடுக்குற ஏரியா எது அப்படின்னா மார்க்கெட்டிங் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். Concept and approach. See, there are some subjects where you little confusion arises, right? So இப்போ ஐடி எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம், இப்போ ஒரு வேற காஸ்ட் அண்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், அக்கவுண்டிங் இருக்கு, இதெல்லாம் a bit confusion occurs. Okay, it requires some type of what to tell strategy, right? But mostly all of our participants score maximum in business management, marketing, HRM, okay, statistics, everything. So in that way, I have highlighted some things in this slide. So marketing mix, very very important, the 4 P's. Okay, so 4 P's தாண்டி இப்போ 7 P's எல்லாம் வந்தாச்சு. So how you are going to segment the market, how you are going to positioning, how your product life cycle would be. So what are all the various promotion decisions, and what are the methods, very very important, whereby 1 question or 2 questions compulsory comes from this portion. What are the distribution decisions, consumer behavior, trends in marketing, logistics management. So the emerging field and very highly paid is the logistics, supply and logistic management, rural marketing, and the customer relationship management. So you would have had an idea. So you'll be having an idea of these things are asked in marketing management. So next comes very very important one, the legal aspects of business. This is also very very interesting subject and very scoring. Okay, you can score it easily. So Indian Contract Act 1872 is included, Special Contract Act, whereby we are going to see bailment, pledge, contracts of agency, etc. Sale of Goods Act 1930. இது ஒவ்வொன்றுமே நாம கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒவ்வொன்றுக்குமே நாம வந்து பிபிடி பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்ப இந்தியன் கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட்னு எடுத்தீங்கன்னா அட்லீஸ்ட் we have some 80 to 90 slides. Okay, so in that way we are going to train. Other than that you cannot choose the answer, right? So இங்க நான் ஷார்ட்டா கொடுத்திருக்கேன், but one PPT is one chapter, right? So a detailed knowledge is shared. Sale of Goods Act, Negotiable Instruments Act 1881, the Companies Act 2013, Limited LLP, Limited Liability Partnership, the Competition Act 2002, the IT Act, the RTI, Intellectual Property, again, a very, very interesting one, IPR, where we cover what type of patents are there, how you can apply online. நீங்களே பார்த்துருக்கலாம், பேட்டன்ட்டுக்கு, ட்ரேட்மார்க், காப்பிரைட் இதெல்லாம் இப்போ கேட்டுட்டே இருக்காங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ காலேஜஸ்க்கு சொல்றாங்க, இன்சிஸ்ட் பண்றாங்க, ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு இன்சிஸ்ட் பண்றாங்க, பேட்டன்ட் இன்னும் வாங்கலையா அப்படின்ட்டு, ஏதாவது ஒண்ணுல பேட்டன்ட் வாங்குங்க அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அந்த விதத்துல பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா நிறைய டெவலப்மெண்ட்ஸ் இப்போ வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு சி ஆல் தோஸ் திங்ஸ், எமர்ஜிங் இஷ்யூஸ் இன் intellectual property and GST. So everyone, we have a subject as GST. So what are all the things? SGST, CGST, and it goes on. It's a very wide topic. So very interesting one. So any type of goods, what type of service, okay, how the percentage is charged, who are all the governing persons behind the committee, etc. Working on dual GST. So this comes as unit 9, and lastly we are going to cover unit 10, whereby income tax and corporate tax. கடைசியா பாத்தீங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் இன்கம் டாக்ஸ்ல கொஞ்சம் இது பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஐ மீன் லிபரலி தே ஹவ் ஸ்டார்டட் ஆஸ்கிங் த questions. மேபி இட்ஸ் லெஃப்ட் டு நாலேஜ், ஐ திங்க் ஸோ. சில பேர்த்துக்கு லிபரலா இருக்கலாம், நான் பார்த்த வரைக்கும், அப்சர்வ் பண்ண வரைக்கும் it is little bit, 1 or 2 questions only difficult. Other than that, we will be covering the basic concepts, residential status problems, how you are going to calculate exempted incomes, agricultural income, and computation of taxable income under various hits. All these terms are very common to all of us, right? Gross total income, assessment, clubbing of incomes, international taxation. So whereby double taxation, how you can avoid transfer pricing, the meaning, okay? So the where the transfer pricing is needed, etc. Corporate tax planning, again the concepts and significance, tax avoidance versus tax evasion, ரெண்டுக்கும் என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ், எப்போ அதை யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, இதை ஷார்ட்டா நம்ம சொல்றோம், ஆனா அவங்க ஒரு பேராவா கொடுத்து அதுல they used to ask questions, okay? So techniques of corporate tax planning, tax considerations in specific business situations, make or buy decisions, own or lease an asset, retain, renewal or replacement of asset, shut down or continue operations. So advance payment of tax, e-filing of income tax returns. So these are our, I'll show you again. Yeah, right here. So these are all our paper 2 subjects, right? So at least in 10 units, if you are, 8 units, if you are very, very, very knowledgeable, so 2 units you can, just like that, if you go through, you can crack through the exams. So that is one technique behind that. Some people give all the papers, all the they have to learn. That is impossible, right? So whichever 1 or 2 things which lightly we must have knowledge, illan sollala, but all these units are covered fully, whereby konjam 1-2 namakku adu konjam doubt irundhalum nammalaala konjam eduthuka mudiyum, time eduthu panna koodiya units. So unit 1, unit 2, again unit 3 and 4. So business finance I left, I think so, or I explained. Capital budgeting, decisions, etc. Yeah, I explained. And then business statistics, BM and HRM, and banking and financial institutions, marketing, management, legal aspects of business, income tax and corporate tax planning. So these, with this slide, we have covered what are all the things going to be asked in paper 2. So அந்த 10 யூனிட்ல நமக்கு என்னென்னலாம் அப்படிங்கறத கொஞ்சம் நியூ கமர்ஸா வந்தவங்க கொஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். இல்ல நம்ம அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணவங்களா இருந்தா கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் நமக்கு hope you would have learned the terms, right? So these things we have given for the classes, the regulations to be followed by the participants. Okay, so I would like to explain. All participants, you must mute your audio and video. All the classes are going to be conducted through online only. Sir?
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. And then please don't miss your classes. Okay, so attendance is compulsory. And if you miss the class, any of the class, the recorded version of the class will be shared. Okay, so in some way we would compensate it. Okay, we don't want anyone to miss the classes. Okay, so if you be regular, surely it will reflect in your paper. Okay, your marks. So tests we are going to conduct, which will be conducted through Google Form. So the time duration will be given. So have your knowledge will be tested. The time and date of classes, in case of emergencies, they are subject to changes, whereby alternative classes will be arranged. Okay, depending upon some emergencies. So the fees will not be at any cost refunded. Classes will be started on time and ended on time. Okay, so very I expect a punctual set of participants. Please don't join late. So very important point I would like to tell. So no time is going to get wasted, or nothing non-informative we are going to share, right? So I will start promptly and end promptly. Only the informative things will be shared, and all classes, if possible, we'll try to do in the same link. So all the notes, the previous year question papers, the PPTs will be shared, and unannounced tests will be conducted, so which will create interest. Okay, so or else you can identify where you are, right? Suppose நமக்கு தெரியல, அந்த டெஸ்ட் எல்லாம் நமக்கு தெரியல, அட்டன் நாலேஜ் இல்ல, நம்ம கவனிக்கல அப்படினாலும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. Okay, so we will give adequate training. Okay, so for that purpose we conduct, and from your side regular follow up is needed. So just don't leave like that, just like that, right? So if you put effort, right, effort is very important in everything. So I believe lot in effort. Okay, so effort is one thing, yeah, or follow up is needed. So what we have done today, what I have done, I have learned today. So at least 1/2 hour, not much time you need not spend. Okay, so some time you can take to follow up, right? So in the top oriented. Okay, so likewise you get updated. So with this regulations, I would like to thank all the participants till now for your patient and excellent cooperation. So I felt very happy to share all these informations with you. I would like to share the fees details also. So, and many people will be having doubts regarding the schedule, the duration, the fees, etc. So I would like to tell the total fees for paper 1 and paper 2 is 10,000 rupees, right? And if some people prefer paper 1 alone, they can pay 6,000. Together means paper 1 and paper 2, it is 10,000. So weekend classes will be organized for paper 1, and weekly classes according to your response, or we'll be sharing what the time you prefer and what the duration. Some most of them will be working, right? We have to work it on those aspects. So regarding that, we'll be sharing as per your response. So the paper 2 will be covered weekly, twice or thrice classes of duration 1 hour. Okay, and the classes will be what to tell, starting around March 2nd week. In a form will be, a link will be shared for your registration. If you do it quickly, or if you like to join quickly, as soon as we will try to even start the classes even before that, right? So after the classes starts, after the proper classes starts, if you leave some 2K, so the payment is to be prepaid through the link provided. So you make use of the link. நீங்க லிங்க் யூஸ் பண்ணி ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணுங்க. இதெல்லாம் நாங்க சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சோம். ஓகே, ஸோ எப்படி டியூரேஷன் இருக்கும், எப்படி வீக்கெண்ட் எப்படி இருக்கும், வீக்லி கிளாஸஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும், என்ன டைம் இருக்கும். Together the fees is 10,000 and individually paper 1 means individual if you take எனக்கு இது வேணும் அது வேண்டாம் அது வேணும் இது வேணும் இல்ல ரெண்டும் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் எங்க calculation. So depending upon your response per paper it is 6,000. So again நான் சொல்லிட்டேன், will be shared. Test Google form னு சொல்லிட்டோம். Previous year question papers, at least some 10 years question papers will give practice, but that alone is not going to help you. Okay, previous year தாண்டி இப்ப நம்ம ரொம்ப அப்டேட்டட் ஆயிட்டோம் இல்லையா? So only the what to tell the concepts can be asked, or what else the definitions or the founders who found that, and the laws can be asked in the law, demand law, supply, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் நமக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் ரொம்ப. பட் அப்டேட்டடா இருக்கிறது எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஷேர் பண்ணிடுவோம். தீஸ் திங்ஸ் I thought of saying. So that's it. So with this I complete my presentation. I would like to stop sharing 1 minute.
Good evening, participants. If any doubt, you can ask Dr. Deepa, madam. Someone is asking time. Paper 1 is for Saturday, Sunday, weekend classes, and for commerce paper, in between the Monday to Friday, yes, we will take 2 or 3 days classes.
Yes, sir. Shobita.
So duration, yes, course duration up to before examination, June 2025.
How many classes in a week for first paper? So Bhagilakshmi ma'am has asked, ma'am, it depends upon our what to tell, ma'am, it depends upon our fast and finishing of the paper, ma'am. இது வந்து நம்ம பக்காவா பிளான் பண்ண முடியாது. as we get into it we can know it, ma'am. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பருக்கு இல்ல உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்பரா வேணும் அப்படின்னா நான் ஷேர் பண்ணிடுறேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பருக்கு இவ்வளோ டியூரேஷன் அப்படின்னு. how many months அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. so till June it will go, so whereby you can attend the net exam, or if set comes or set இப்ப சொல்லியிருக்காங்க மார்ச், அதை நம்ம அதுக்குள்ள முடிக்க முடியாது.